just on the road here, dealing with a couple appointments between work. But with the weather getting really nice right now, this is to me like perfect cigar weather. It's not excruciatingly hot, but it's nice and warm. And I was driving through Guelph, Ontario, and decided to stop at one of my probably favorite cigar shops. It's called Village Cigars. And part of the reason I like them is they tend to have a really good selection. They tend to store their cigars quite well. But they also have a really good house brand called Pueblo. And I smoked a couple of these cigars a couple of years back from Village Cigar. I believe they're exclusive just to the Village Cigar franchise. But I smoked a couple of them, and I was actually quite impressed, especially at the price point. At the time, I believe I was spending like $10 to $12 per cigar. They've gone up a bit, I believe, since then. But I recently saw they were offering, or at least I don't remember smoking these, but they were offering the Maduros, essentially. And I decided to grab a couple. They were $15 a piece. And I just sparked one up here, and I smoked one before as well. Maybe a bit too many cigars today, but just a couple things I want to highlight about this cigar. So these cigars, they're a Nicaraguan blend. They would be considered a medium to a full body cigar. One thing I like about them is I like presentation on things, right? I've smoked some house blend cigars, and sometimes they have, really weak presentation. They just don't look great. I understand that might not be everybody's forte, but it's kind of like buying a nice bottle of scotch. I like looking at the bottle and the packaging, and it really adds to the experience of enjoying it. And the Pueblo cigars at $15 a piece have almost a very similar presentation to one of my favorite cigars, which is the Gurkha Hedonism aged cigar, the Maduros especially. And what I mean is it has all the facts on the cigar. It has all the batches, when it was released, the type of smoke that it is, as well as a bit of a blurb on the cigar itself. I like it. Adds to it. It also has the Village Cigar and Barbershop franchise label on it as well. It just looks like a premium cigar in that way. It looks like it's a lot more expensive than it actually is at $15. But as far as the construction, the cigar itself feels well packed. It doesn't feel like there's heavy filler in it. It doesn't feel like squeezable, which usually suggests there is some filler or not enough filler to help filter out some of the binder that's used in it, which I like. And as far, the biggest thing for anybody smoking these is obviously going to be taste. Now, I myself, and you're going to learn that on this channel, I like Maduros. I like more medium to full body cigars. I find that with Nicaraguan blends, in some cases, they can be a bit too harsh. So you can find that almost, it's a little too aggressive, I guess, is the best way I can put it. I don't find that to be the case with this cigar. I find that when I'm drawing from it, it generally tastes smooth. It generally tastes good. And it ultimately, it has nice wood and almost leathery type flavors to it. Now, I will say the wood flavors probably a little too accentuated, which for some people might turn them off. I, again, kind of like that. I would equate this almost to like a really good bourbon in that way. But it has a nice flavor overall. And I found that the burn time was pretty good. I got about 50 minutes out of casually smoking this on one of my drives. So overall, for the $15, I would say this is a good quality cigar. You get a good flavor profile, and even as you get deeper into the cigar as well, it doesn't seem to how do I say this? It just seems to taste better as it goes on, I guess is the best way to put it. Now, of course, you don't want to smoke down to the filler or anything, but as it goes on, it's a overall, like it tastes a bit smoother and it tastes a bit better, I guess, overall, which is a good thing. So for the $15 or so, these are really good cigars, and I recommend if you want to try a cigar that, in my opinion, probably punches a bit above its weight class, especially at the price point, I'd heavily recommend if you're around, I believe there's a couple different franchises of the Village Cigar business, but I go off the one that I know of, but I'm not sure where the other ones are located. But if you're around one, I'd heavily recommend trying a couple of these at the $15 a piece that they retail for.